Throughout Bree Pratt's time as a Red Hawk, Miami won 2 MAC championships and made it to their first ever NCAA regional final appearance. Individually, she racked up plenty of shutouts and multiple record-setting performances, but what memory stands out the most from this bunch? Well, that's where the conversation begins in my final installment with the former Perrysburg Yellow Jacket.
One of the best memories I had was actually in the regional tournament this year. We played Kentucky, which we've played many times before. And my freshman year, we'd also played them. It was one of my very first games. And I was actually thrown in to start against them as kind of a sacrifice in a way by our previous coach, almost to save our ace pitcher's ERA at the time. So that was a really tough start my freshman year. And then we played them throughout the years in regionals and other regular season games. And, I think we beat them like one time, like 5-4. But it was still just like a regular season like a regular season game, nothing too crazy. And then this past regionals, we played them the very first game. And we played them and ended up getting mercied, so it wasn't a great a great start. And we're like, like kind of like screw them, like we know we're so much better than this. And we got a chance to play them again in the semifinal championship round and to move on to the regional final. And I'd already pitched a full game earlier that day and knew they were a great team going in. And we ended up coming in and actually mercying them. So we ended up beating them 8-0 in 5 innings and was able to throw a shutout against them with my teammates hitting the crap out of the ball. And, it was just a blast to kind of see this SEC team just, oh my gosh, we're not supposed to lose this game. And all of us coming together and just really showing what we're capable of. It was just a blast.
Beyond the memories, how did you see yourself grow from the freshman that stepped on campus at Miami to the fifth-year player who just ended her career, whether that's as a person or on the diamond?
They're not the same person, I'll tell you that much. It's crazy looking back and coming on staff as a freshman and, being expected to be a starter and expected to come into a role. And there's one other pitcher who I was lucky enough to share a lot of time with, and we kind of were like a duo through it all. And as a freshman, I didn't know what I was doing. You come from high school, and then you're playing all the best players in the country, and so a lot of maturity had to happen there, whether it was with just reacting to adversity better, reacting to failure. Definitely a lot of failure in the first year of being a freshman. So being able to overcome that definitely helped in the future. And I think by my fifth year, you kind of just expect failure to be you just expect failure to happen, I guess, by your fifth year. And it's just about how you deal with it and how you bounce back from it and are able to keep your head up and keep trucking on so you can show a good example to, the baby freshmen, like how I was coming in. I had some great leadership, luckily, that looking to them and seeing how they were able to lead the team and the composure they were able to hold through difficult situations was huge and influenced me as well, kind of growing up through the years.
Obviously, your accolades and records will stand on their own at Miami, but when you look back at your time as a Red Hawk, what will you remember and how do you want to be remembered?
I think the biggest thing is I've never truly cared about stats or records or anything like that. I mean, half the time people would come up to me and like my coach would be like, you know what you just did? Like, what? She's like, you just tied the regular season record in wins in a season. I was like, oh, I guess that's cool. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of stuff that never really stuck with me, but it's, the memories with my teammates and all the laughs and all the great times and even the bad times we had, because it really made us stronger. And I think I mostly want to be remembered for being a good teammate and a good leader and someone who was able to bring joy to the team and bring fun to the team. So that's definitely hopefully how I'm remembered.